Hi everyone! I've been posting on social media and on community posts here if you guys had any questions you would like answered. Also, there seems to be a series of key questions that very commonly pop up on the comment section. Well, here's a little video where I will answer some of them. So if you have any questions I don't address in this video, make sure to comment down below. I'll pick the most common ones as well as the most relevant ones and answer them on a second video. Also, please leave a like so I know this kind of video interests you. Okay, let's jump right in. And let's start by the most common question that plagues beginners, experienced, and collectors to be. How can I avoid fakes? This is a long and complicated video to answer this one. In fact, I will make a video about it soon where I plan to have a chat with someone way more experienced on that than I am, but I'll give you some recommendations here so at least you have some ideas on how to protect yourself. In fact, I have a series of videos already talking about buying ancient coins. In particular, my very first video, the getting started video, and my buying online video. I really think people should go over my introductory playlist. It really gives a good overview of the hobby. So head over my channel, please check it out and come back here later. It's really useful. But cutting it short, collecting ancient coins, it's a bit more complicated than collecting US coins, for example, where you simply open the red book, check the average prices between pieces and grades, you go for any dealer, you buy a graded coin, and that's it. You're sure it's genuine. Unfortunately, that's not the case with ancients. Ancients require expertise, and the slabs are simply not a panacea for everything. There's a bit of research you need to do on your end to build yourself a, let's say, network of trusted dealers. Although places like Bidder, Numismatics, Vcoins, or AMA shops already do a great job vetting good dealers, as I've said, it's all there in my playlists, so have a look. So moving on, and that's a really cool one, that's a historical question. Did soldiers stationed at the frontier get paid only with silver, or did they get paid with other means, or even fake coins? If there is something that emperors knew very well, it was that their soldiers were the only ones between them and very horrible ends. Soldiers were generally paid in time and with the best silver available. But there were situations where the supply of silver, to the frontier in particular, could be disturbed, which led, in certain occasions, but these were the exception, mind you, to the issue of what they call limes falsa. These are coins that look exactly like copies of silver issues, but struck in base metal. These could later be redeemable for good coins, either when the supply of silver was restored, or they were forcibly accepted in the region, guaranteeing the soldiers had some sort of payment and could use it just like a common denarius. So basically, if we think it in modern terms, it's like an ancient form of IOU. Next. Why are coins from emperors with prosperous reigns such as Claudius so rare? And it's true, his denarii are very expensive and quite hard to come by, while emperors with short reigns cranked out massive numbers of coins that are readily available in good grade. Well, this has to do with historical context. Of course, this all lays in the realm of theory, but we can do very educated guesses for the reasons based on the context of each emperor's reign. Let me illustrate it. Let's pick Emperor Claudius. He had a long and very prosperous reign, which meant he could have minted lots of coins. But let's remember he also reigned after the long reigns of Augustus and Tiberius. The issue of coins wasn't a continuous thing. It might very well be that Claudius issued less denarii since there was enough good coinage circulating from previous reigns, which just allowed the economy to circulate properly, so he simply didn't have the need to mint so many coins. Also, let's not forget, after Claudius, we have Nero, and Nero debased the coins, that is, made them lighter and with less silver, which means very likely a lot of Claudius's coins must have been melted down and issued as new Nero coins. Other emperors like Caligula not only had a short reign, but they were also subjected to damnatio memoriae, an official public damnation edict, and his coins were probably removed from circulation. So because of it, his coins are incredibly rare. His coins not only were removed, but he had a short reign at the end. On the other hand, also other historical contexts could also explain the abundance of coins. Let's get Elagabalus, for example. He reigned for just about 4 years, yet his coins are incredibly common. This is likely because of two reasons. So the first one is that by his rule, the denarius was being constantly debased. So a lot of older, purer coins were being scooped away and being reissued in massive numbers in using his portrait. Also, it is very likely that there was quite a lot of hoarding, of stashing away of coins at this time. The 3rd century was very complicated for the Romans, and there seems to be a direct correlation between unstable times and people saving and stashing their money away, which makes sense. You simply didn't know what crazy rebel emperor or barbarian could come over the hills and take your belongings, so you just pick up your coins, you stash them away. Next, and that's a more personal question. What is my favorite coin in my collection, and which coin sits highest on my wish list? Well, choosing between my coins is tough. I really like all of them, they're like my babies. But if I had to pick maybe the coolest, even though I am a Roman collector primarily, it would probably be my Athenian owl tetradrachma. Mind you, it's not in great shape, but it is completely covered in countermarks. Each countermark means this coin, sometime in the past, crossed the frontier and was validated to be used at another territory, which means this particular coin has traveled a lot. I was able, in fact, to elaborate some theories on where a couple of these countermarks were from. And for me, this is incredible. Like, I really don't care if this coin has a fair bit of wear. This coin is telling me, through its marks, where it has been to over 2,000 years ago. This makes it personally just the coolest piece in my collection. It is not the shiniest, nor in perfect condition, but that fact alone just makes me love it. As for a coin on top of my wish list, that will probably be a Roman gold aureus. I mean, of course, it's gold, it has the best artistry room offered, and I really hope one day to own one. If I could pick an emperor to feature in my coin, it would probably be either Trajan or Antoninus Pius. Okay, next one. What are the top 3 books you recommend? Well, in fact, I recommend 4. The first one isn't necessarily a guide, but it's a fantastic book called 100 Greatest Ancient Coins by Harlan J. Burke. And 3 guides I really like are The Handbook of Ancient Greek and Roman Coins by Zander Klawans, and then both from David Sear, Greek Coins and Their Values and Roman Coins and Their Values. These are 4 really interesting books which give a really nice overall look at ancient coin collecting in general, and also delve deep into the very basics about each of the niches. I generally have these 4 books linked below in my Amazon affiliate links, so if you're interested on grabbing them, consider going through these links where I actually get a small commission. It doesn't increase the price, you get a nice book, and you support the channel. So yeah, I personally recommend these 4 books. But if you have nice books you recommend, definitely drop it down below as well. Next question. What is the telltale sign a coin has been cleaned? Well, surprise, surprise, all ancient coins have been cleaned in some way, shape or form. Some were cleaned marvelously, others were awfully cleaned and pretty much destroyed. Even if they were nicely kept in a jar and buried somewhere. We're talking about 2,000 years here. The coins are bound to look bad. I'll put up on the screen what a bunch of coins looks like, fresh off the ground. I took this picture at the British Museum, so they just show up like that, and you need to do some mechanical and chemical cleaning in your coins. Fortunately, this is a technique that has been developed for decades, if not centuries now. So generally, most coins are very successfully cleaned. Alright, another one. This one is also collector related. Which are the rarest emperors to collect? Well, that's a pretty vague question. There are a lot of very rare emperors. Some were only around for a very short time. Some only minted in a specific mint. Some had their coins melted down. As I discussed previously, a lot of historical factors from the time each particular emperor was striking coins influenced on the overall quantity that was left and reached our days. But if you want an example, let me give it to you. If you are trying, for example, to assemble a set of the 12 Caesars, be ready to spend a ton of money trying to get coins from Otho, Galba, Vitellius, Claudius, if you want precious metals, and Caligula. They are all quite scarce, hard to get, and of course, as a result, expensive. Even in a surprisingly affordable niche like the 3rd century, usurpers and people who rule for a short time are also hard to get, like Hostilianus, Aemilianus, Pescennius Niger, Pupienus, like some people never heard of these guys, and there are many others. But hey, why stop here? I think that's an interesting opportunity to keep a close contact with you guys, my subscribers. So definitely post your coin questions down below. I will look through them, get the most relevant ones for the community, and this could become a series. I'll definitely make a second installment. So yeah, post them down below. I hope this was informative. I hope I answered the question for some of you guys. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing if it was. And happy collecting! I'll catch you all soon!